G'day and welcome to another video. In today's lesson we are going to learn how to make the solid granny square. Great project for beginners. It is using the double crochet stitch and the chain stitch, so it doesn't have very many stitches to learn, and would look great if you made a whole heap of them in the same size and join them together to make an afghan. So let's get started on the lesson. So we're going to need a sewing needle, a pair of scissors, a crochet hook to go with your yarn. I am using worsted weight yarn, so I'm going to be using a 5.5mm hook. You could use 8-ply or double knit yarn with a 4mm hook. So we want to do our slip knot. There are plenty of different ways to do this, so just do it how you feel comfortable. And what we're going to do is we're going to chain 5. You could also use a magic ring instead of the chain 5. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and then we are going to join it to the first slip stitch to make a little ring. Like I said, instead of doing that part right there, you can use a magic ring instead. So what we're going to do now is chain 3. 1, 2 and 3. Then we are going to work 3 double crochets into the center of our ring. So yarning over, going into the center, yarning over, pulling up a loop, and yarning over, pull through 2, yarning over, pull through 2. So I will put 3 double crochets all together into my ring. So that's 2 and 3, and also altogether we need to have 4 double crochets. Because the chain 3 is counted as our first stitch, that's number 1, 2, 3 and 4. So now what we want to do is chain 2. So I've worked my chain 2. We are going to work 4 double crochets into the center. That's 1, 2, 3 and 4. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to chain 2. And if you need to, you can grab hold of these stitches and just pull them around a little bit to fit all your stitches in. We're going to work 4 more double crochets into the center, and I'm working over my tail as I go along here. It's 1, sorry, my yarn keeps getting stuck, 2, 3 and 4. If you hear strange noises, my dog is asleep next to me. We all know he likes to make noises when the camera's going. So that's 1, 2, 3 and 4. Chain 2. So basically our corners are our chain 2. So we're going to yarn over and we're going to work 4 more double crochets into the center. This yarn is just trying to push my patience today. It keeps getting stuck. So we're going to chain 2. And then we need to join to the third chain of the chain 3. So we've got 1, 2 and 3. And we pick up the front loop and also the back loop. And sometimes the back loop disappears, so you may just have to grab hold of it. Because you want to go under 2 loops, because I think it gives it a nicer and more secure. More secure. There we go. So we had our chain 3, 3 double crochets, chain 2, 4 double crochets, chain 2, 4 double crochets, chain 2, and 4 double crochets, and a chain 2. Now what we need to do is start our new row. So once we've finished round 1, guess what comes next? Round 2. So just for this round, what we need to do is slip stitch across until we get to the chain space. Because if we don't, our joining part of our square and our chain 3 comes out in a really weird spot, and it looks really yucky. And I just did 4 rows and realised I was doing it wrong. So it looked really terrible because our joining section was like in the middle here and it looked ill. So what we're going to do is the next couple of stitches, just slip stitch across, and we're going to do it really loose. We do not want to pull tight on this. There is absolutely no tension on my yarn at the moment. And then also in the chain 1 space in the corner, chain 2 space in the corner, we're going to slip stitch into there as well. So when we come back around, our joining is over here and not, as we go along, it kind of moves over and becomes in the center, and it looks really horrible. And I don't like it. So what we're going to do now, because we're starting in the corner, we're going to do chain 3. We're going to yarn over, go into the chain 2 space, work a double crochet. We're going to work 2 chains, and then we're going to work 2 more double crochets into the corner. And then what we need to do is work 1 double crochet in each double crochet across. So see on the previous row we've got 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. If we miss this first little hole here, it is going to throw out our stitch count and our square is not going to be square. So what you need to do, you may accidentally just crochet over the top of that. I know I have done it quite a few times. So what you need to do is just grab your stitches and pull them to the side so that you can actually go in there. So it's 1. There's 4 stitches across, so it's 2, 3, and 4. Oops, sorry, bashing the camera up. So we've got to our chain 2 space, and our chain 2 space is our corner, and in our corner we work 2 double crochets, chain 2, and 2 double crochets. Of course, apart from the beginning one here when we do our chain 3, but the chain 3 is counted as a double crochet. So into our corner, putting our hook in that space there, we're going to work 2 double crochets, chain 2. What I like to do is just grab hold of the 2 stitches and just slightly tug it over like that. You're going to work 2 more double crochets in that same space, and that's just completed another corner. So see how my stitches are trying to get over across this stitch here. They're trying to hide him, but you're not allowed to, guys, so get over there. And then we're going to go into those 4 stitches there, because each row we want to go into each stitch that we did down there. And it doesn't matter which row we are on, that's what we're doing. So that should have been 4 double crochets across there. You're up to another corner space here, so 2 double crochets, making sure you don't drop your stitch, chain 2, just going to zoom in slightly, and then 2 more double crochets. I have the dog sitting next to me if you hear random noises. Okay, so you can't see that stitch there, can you? He's hiding. You can't actually see where to put your hook. So get you two over there, and then it creates the stitch. So going into here, Bob's trying to get comfy and he's scratching everything. So across those 4 double crochets, you're going to put 1 in each. And we're coming up to another corner. So now we're going to work 2 double crochets. Chain 2 and 2 double crochets. So you've got your corner created there. So now we need to do 4 double crochets because you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 on the previous row. So yarning over. What's that? That's the chain 3 from before, so it may be a little bit harder to see that stitch. It's just there. Just here. Mine's a little tight, but it should be alright to go to. So that's 1, so we need to do, and because we've slip stitched across, haven't we, on this row, yeah. So it is going to be a little bit harder to see. But this is the only row that we slip stitch across, so it won't be like this on all the rows. So just working into the stitch. And that's why I said do them loose, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to get your hook into it now. So we've got our corner there. So that's 4 stitches, because we've got 4 down there. So now what we do is we join, and we join into the chain 3. And you want to find the 3rd chain, so that's 1, 2 and 3. It's always at the top because it was a chain 3, it's the last one before the next stitch. So grabbing, I always grab it like this. I normally crochet like that, but I actually turn my hook upwards like that. Grab that first loop and then I find the back one. I just find that easier for myself to do, but you want to grab those 2 loops. You get out of the way. Grab those 2 loops because I think it gives it a nice secure join rather than just grabbing the one. So look, that's row 2 of our square. Good on you if you've completed that. So these little squares may have to be blocked at the end, so you'd pin them down with some pins, spraying with some warm water, and then let them dry. I think I may have needed to go down a hook size for this. I'm quite a loose crocheter, so yeah, I should have gone down a hook size. It doesn't matter. It's all good. So what we're going to do now is we always want to start in the corner. So we need to slip stitch across. And I know we said we weren't going to slip stitch, but we had to do 4 stitches over here, where now we've only got to do 1. So that's a lot easier to do. So going into that next stitch, working slip stitch, so pull up, pull through, go into your chain 2 space or your corner space, work another slip stitch because you want to be starting from the corner and not from the previous stitch. We're going to start our corner off. So to start your corners, so it's your first corner of each row, it's a chain 3. Counts as our first double crochet into the chain 2 space or the corner space, chain 2. I like to just grab my stitches, just gently pull them across. That's just a habit that I've got into. I think it gives it a nice squarer look to the square as well. If all your stitches are bunching up over, it's going to make your pattern twist a little bit. Okay, so see how I just pulled those over? I didn't even tell you. They try and hide this first stitch, and they're very, very naughty. They have to get over their side of the bed. and you need to go into that first stitch. If you don't get this first stitch on any of the stitches around, your square is going to be lopsided. You don't want that, do you? So we're going to double crochet, and then whenever we are on the straight, it's just one double crochet in each stitch. So that's the easy part to remember. So it's just one in every stitch. How long have I been crocheting for? About 11 years actually. Teaching for 3. Get some more yarn. Okay, so coming up to the last stitch there. Another corner space, and remember it's a 2 double crochets, chain 2, 1, 2. I gently pull that over to the side, and then I'll work my other 2 double crochets, making sure you get that first stitch. You may have to move these 2 little fellas over there, going into the first stitch. I don't know if you can hear Bob on the camera. He was just snoring. He's very comfortable. He's like laying on the carpet next to me. So we're going down the straight, and as you know, 1 stitch in each stitch. Coming up to a corner space, you know what that means. 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets. Sometimes Bob snores in his sleep, and it is so funny. Not snores, barks. He barks in his sleep, and it's hilarious. We are going to work a double crochet in that first stitch because we don't want to forget that one. And we know what's next. It's the straight, so it's all double crochet. Sometimes he barks so loud in his sleep that we think something's wrong, so we go and check on him, and it's usually at 4 o'clock in the morning when you're asleep. You go and check on him, make sure he's alright, or make sure there's no one outside. And he's fast though, he's fast asleep. Wouldn't even know you were standing there watching him. So we've got a corner space, so we're going to do chain 2. No, we're not. We're going to do 2 double crochets, and then we're going to chain 2. And then we're going to work 2 double crochets. So that's basically the pattern. It's 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet in the corner, and then 1 in each stitch across. And as we go, we gain 4 stitches because we're putting 2 in the corner there, going across, and 2 in the corner there. We're gaining 4 stitches, 2 and 4. And that's how our square grows. So we're on the straight bit, so it's 1 in each stitch. So if you've got the hang of it by now, you are most welcome to go and continue on. But I will do one more round with you. So we're just going to, that's our chain 3 from the previous row. Going into there. And also going into that last double crochet. And we're going to slip stitch to the top of the chain 3 to join. So stay tuned and we will complete the next row. To start round 4, we're going to slip stitch across into the chain 2 space, and we do this for every round. Because you need to start your corner in your chain 1 space, so you're doing a slip stitch into there, then we're going to chain 3 and double crochet into the chain 2 space. We're going to chain 2, then we're going to do another 2 double crochet, then we're going to work double crochet into that stitch there, and every stitch across we're going to work a double crochet. And continue on until we get to the next chain 2 space. I've worked my last double crochet, and then it's 2 double crochet, chain 2 and 2 double crochet, all in the same space. Working a double crochet in that first stitch and double crochet along until we get to the next corner space. Oops. When we get to the corner, 2 double crochets, chain 2, oh jeez, get in there, and then 2 double crochets. I'm actually about to run out of yarn, I think, but that's okay, it's only a practice. So you've got your corner, you've got your 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets, working into that first stitch that always hides on us, and then working 1 double crochet across. Keeps getting tangled up now that it's getting to the last piece. So it's getting there, isn't it? Then we're going to work our corner, so it's 2 double crochet, chain 2, 1, 2, and 2 double crochet. We'll make sure we go into that next space. And I'm just about to run out of yarn, so I'm going to get another piece and I'm going to show you how to join in a new colour or to join in the same colour again. So I've just got to join my new colour in, so you're going to this is the old yarn still, so you're going to start your double crochet, pull through 2, and on the last little bit where you normally pull through 2, you're dropping your old yarn, picking up your new, and then pulling through the last 2 stitches. And then what you can do, you can either weave them in later or double crochet over the top of them. So what I'm doing is just laying the 2 strands that I've got there on top like so, and then double crocheting as normal. And what happens is the yarn disappears into the crochet stitches. So I've got my last 2 stitches to go there. These ones are a little bit harder to get than the rest of them. Still working over my tails. And then I'll trim those off in a minute. So I'm going to put them in the back. And then we're joining to the top of the chain 3. So I like to pick up that loop there and the back one. And because the camera's rolling, I can't get it. There you go. Then if you want to add more rows, you just use that method that we just did, putting your 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochets in your corner, and that will let you gain stitches each round. So thank you for watching my video. I hope you did enjoy that one. Quite an easy project. You could make a lot of these and you could sew them all together to make a blanket. Sorry, there's a bit of fluff stuck on the front of the camera. Got it. Yeah, you could make a heap of these, sew them all together. You can make them any size. So you can make them 1, 2, 3, 4 rounds. Or you can make them all 2 rounds, or even 1 round if you've got lots of scraps. So to add a new colour, this is what you would do also. So I've got, this is Red Heart Super Saver, that's Vanna's Choice. I don't know if they actually go together because I've never done it, but this is how you would join a new colour on the new round. I just showed you how to do it with a halfway through the round. But a new round, you would just grab your yarn, put it over your hook, pull through, do a chain 1, pull down on the short piece at the back to secure it in, and then start your round as normal. So chain 3, double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochets, and that's how you change colour if you wanted to do that also. Thank you for watching. Please join our Facebook page if you haven't already. Fantastic place over there to get ideas and to get help with patterns as well. I can't be available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, but on our Facebook page is over 11,000 people, so there's always someone who is online and they can help you out with the patterns as well. If you're not part of Facebook page and you want to share your creation with me, my email address is in the description box below the video, so you're most welcome to share your creations with me via email as well. So until next time, happy crochet. You can make the square as large as you like. I have made quite a big square. It is about 12 inches altogether. But if you just finish off at any one of the rows, you can make this square as large as you like, or